This is Connecting the Dots with Kiani Speaks. There are three basic tenets, three basic principles that are universal in all religions, all spiritual walks, all spiritual paths. Here they are. Have a God concept. Your God concept is the foundation of spiritual belief, spiritual practice, religion, if you want to go there. I'll talk about religion in a little bit. But having a God concept that is not you. God can live within you. God lives within you. You are connected to all there is. But that power is greater than you, and you cannot master all of it, access all of it, comprehend all of it. There is a power greater than yourself upon which you have to rely. That's it. Walk with God. Whatever name you use for God, it doesn't matter. Have a God concept. Nature is a God concept. It is a force bigger than yourself upon which you can rely, upon which humans do rely and have relied on since our beginnings. There might be an argument in there for nature being our first God concept. If you look at traditional, indigenous, the oldest religions, spiritual paths, what some people now call mythology, you talk about ancient societies being pantheistic. I don't like that word. They are monotheistic, and yet they understand that God exists in everything. Their God concept was nature. If God is all things, God is therefore able to be many things to many people, and God is able to be many things to one person. And so that's where we get pantheistic. Because those religions have a God, a creator who made everything, who made itself and then made everything. And they recognize that those everythings are little sparks, little shards, little fragments of God, representatives of God. These could be angels. Again, these could be the forces of nature. If you look at the Orisha, you have the ocean, you have the river, you have the forest, you have the earth, the soil itself. If you look at the Greeks and the Romans, you have, I almost said Thor, but if you look at the Norse, you have Thor, which is thunder and lightning, as an aspect of God. These are all aspects of the one. We are all aspects of the one. Have a God concept. Number 2, meditation. Everyone talks about meditation. Everyone who walks with God talks about meditation. Meditation, in its highest form, is a form of listening, a form of listening to God. You walk with God and you listen to God. You listen to God before you talk to God. Again, I think that's a part of spiritual evolution. We start off by always wanting to talk, and God listens. I think as we grow, we realize that we want to listen to God more than we talk. And this ebbs and flows. This is cycles. These are days, these are weeks, these are months, these are seasons of our lives where we don't want to do all the talking. We want to do all the listening. And there are seasons where we need to do all the talking, and we can trust that God is listening. I think that people have trouble with this because meditation isn't a part of their practice. At the beginning, meditation is the process of just practicing clearing your head. Meditation can be anything. You don't have to sit still and breathe. I hate that. That is the hardest form of meditation to me and for me for the longest time. There are so many other ways to meditate. But meditation is ultimately watching the thoughts in your head go by like clouds in the sky and not going with them. Meditation is sitting still, finding that homeostasis, that stillness in your body, in your mind specifically, and in your heart. It's like balancing on tiptoe on a pinpoint in your mind, in your heart, and in your body, in your energy field. Total homeostasis and total awareness at the same time. It's amazing. Like I said, many other ways to do it. I could do a whole separate video on that. I could do a whole separate video on all of these things. The third and final aspect, the universal aspect of the spiritual path, walking with God, commitment, devotion, ritual, regularity. A wise person once told me that religion is what you do every day. What do you do every day? You do it religiously. With the consciousness of devotion, with the consciousness of meditation, that is raised to the level of a spiritual religion. But we all have a religion, secular or sacred. The things that you do every day in a spiritual walk are the things that feed you spiritually, that make you feel alive. They give you life force. And I don't mean like thrilled or excited or entertained, you laughed. I mean the deep-seated satisfaction that all is well. That is the gift of devotion. Being able to come to God every day in a sacred space, walk and talk and listen regularly. It's the regularity that creates a clear channel, a clear pathway, so that meditation doesn't take an hour before you find stillness. You can pop right into it. You can take 30 seconds and be in that state of deep-seated, fulfilling all is wellness between you and God, your God concept. But it takes devotion, it takes religion, it takes regularity, it takes consistency, it takes commitment, it takes devotion. I think devotion is separate from those other synonyms, and that devotion is loving. Are you loving your God concept? Or are you just hanging out? You just seeing? It's fine. There's a path to devotion. It starts with curiosity. It starts with openness. It starts with seeing. It starts with understanding. Wanting to understand and be understood. When you get to the place where you are loving your God concept, loving your walk, and loving whatever your spiritual practice is, now it is an act of devotion. It's the act of sustaining a connection with God that doesn't require you to receive anything. You just want to give, to surrender all that you are. That's the best words I can put to it. This is more than long enough. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you.